What's up, y'all? This is Duana, aka Glamazon1026, and welcome back to the Glam Room. Today we are going to be doing a black to burgundy wig look with no bleach, none whatsoever. We did not use any lightener on this at all. I'm going to show you the products I use. I'm going to show you the hair that I used to create this wig because we did it from scratch. Like, these was bundles. These wasn't on no wig cap. And I'm going to show you how to create these nice, really Beyonce B-Day era curtain bangs, if that's something that you're into. Those curtain bangs from the B-Day era, they haunt me in my dreams because I love them so much. So I said, I'm gonna make some. So if you wanna see how I got all that done, be sure to continue watching. Before we go though, I want you to click that subscribe button. We are getting up there a little bit, you know, just like we in like the 1320s. So let's see if we can get some more, you know. We're creating a community here. We have a lot of fun content and I don't think that you'd wanna miss it. So just click the subscription bar and I'll see you in a few.
I just called you up to let you know your man been messing
Okay, y'all, so we are making a wig today, and it's gonna be a burgundy-ish red velvet kind of color, because I saw a picture on Amazon and I was like, I want that wig. So I said, I'm gonna make it myself because the wig I saw was synthetic. So I bought this hair from Lumiere Hair. I paid $117 for a 20, 22, and 24 with a 14-inch 4x4 closure. It said it would be delivered in 7 days, but it says that it shipped on March 2nd and I got it on March 4th. So that was 2 days from the time. I do remember that it came really quick. It came a lot quicker than I thought it was going to come. So I was really impressed with that. It came in just a plain, you know, yellow manila envelope, and then inside the envelope it was this bag. This says, thank you for choosing us, blah 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 blah. And so let's open it up and see what we got in here. It comes with a wig cap, and it's a dark brown wig cap, which, you know, good. And then it comes with tips, an after sale service card, with the Lumiere everything on it. Let's open it up and so we can see the curl pattern. I just thought this was so pretty. Can y'all see that? This is the curl pattern. And the hair feels really nice. The bundles feel nice and thick. The ends look a little thin. I don't think it's gonna be an issue once we put all the hair together because the bundles feel really, really heavy. So we'll move those aside so we can show the closure. This is a 14-inch closure. I know the closure is a lot shorter than the hair, but I think that it'll be okay. I should have gotten a longer closure. What was I thinking? I don't know. I was thinking it was cheap. That's what I was thinking. But this is the closure that we're going to be using with it. I think it's going to be all right. We're going to be using the L'Oreal High Color Highlights in red and magenta. Like, I did a lot of YouTube research, and this is what people seem to have been using a lot. The red and the magenta. So I have 3 reds and 2 magentas because the magenta came in a 2-pack and the red came in a 3-pack. So the next time you see me, we're going to be constructing the wig. Then we're going to put this color on it and then we'll wrap it all up. All right. All in all, it took me about an hour to sew this wig once I got everything set up. I only doubled 1 bundle and then the other 2 bundles, I sewed them on a single track. By single track, I sewed the closure on by hand and then used 1 track around the edges of the closure to camouflage the lace. If you guys want an in-depth like sewing wig tutorial, let me know.
3 days later.
Okay, so now we've reached the coloring portion of our video. Let's see how that works. I'm also going to be using this 40 volume developer. I thought I had 30 volume, but I don't, so we're just gonna use 40 and call it a day. So I am just adding them to my mixing bowl one at a time and then adding the developer on top and mixing it up until I get a nice cake batter consistency. Then I started at the front and just kind of went layer by layer to make sure that the color, like that every strand gets saturated by the color, because I really wasn't trying to dye this twice, but you guys will see what happened in a few. So just sit back and watch me dye the front of this hair. We're going hyperspeed because this video really took, there was a lot of content, and you know, nobody wants to see this in slow motion, so we're going really fast. All right, so this is how it was after that first dye. So as you can see, the closure took the color really, really well. And then the top bundle did not. I don't know what happened, but the bottom is also a little bit red, but it's not as red as I wanted. So I went back in with just magenta. And first I started like only on the ends and only on the top. And then I just went back and did the whole thing because I was like, you know what? I want this all to be one color, or as much of one color as it possibly can get. And so I'm just gonna do the whole thing. I think a good tip is to only use the magenta if you want the color that I have, and use foil paper. Don't be like me and just pretend that, you know, you can just leave it on the hair like this and then it'll take. No, use foil paper. Foil paper really helps with the activation of the color. I actually left this on overnight and this is how it came out. So right now I'm just making sure that I can, you know, get the front nice and even. I'm wetting it down so that I can cut the bangs. I already made a little snip there when I put it on my head, so I know exactly where I want my bangs to fall. And now I'm just wetting the front down so that I can get a nice bang cut. And I'm also giving light layers into the front so that it frames my face. So now I'm just twisting it and then using these scissors to cut down so that we can get some fringes, some wisps, and then taking them up a little bit at a time and then cutting in an upward direction to thin it out. So you're really not taking off length, you're just taking out bulk, and this is what makes you get a wispy bang. In my opinion, I'm not a hairdresser, I just watch them on TV, okay? Now I'm going through and just snipping the ends to make sure that they're nice and, you know, not even, but not layered, just like a soft layer, I guess, I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, soon you'll see this on my head after I blow dry the front, and then we'll begin to style. All right, here it goes on my head. There's a lot of little pieces in the closure that stick up, so I used a lot of the wax stick to make them lay down flat. I'm okay with that, I guess. Again, you see me cutting more layers to frame my face, and then we're just going to do some barrel curls. I'm doing them away from my face, and then somewhere in there I'm going to do one towards my face so that they all don't go in the same direction and we have a little bit of volume. So we did two going back, and then I think the third one I did going forward. Or maybe not. Oh, this one I do going forward. Yep. And then when you're finished, just spray it with a little bit of hairspray, and then use a wide tooth comb to comb it out. Get you your nice little layers. And there you have it. We're all done. Okay, y'all, this is the finished look. This is the finished wig. I think it came out really cute. I did have to put in an extra bundle because the weft part of the tracks, they are very thick, but as you go down, it gets thinner, and I don't like looking at thin wig, weave, whatever. So I did add an extra bundle in this. I ordered it. I think it cost about $40, and it came in like a week or so. I dyed it. And then I added it in here. I also had an extra piece of hair. I don't even know where it's from. It's just like some hair that was just like floating around. And that's where you see this bright one. I left that in a little bit longer so that I could get like a really bright streak after I added it up at the top. And I really, really love that little piece of, you know, extraness. I'm loving these bangs. They may be a little too long, so I might go back in and like chop them up a little bit. Not chop them up, but you know, shorten them a bit. But they're nice and wispy, just like I wanted them. And you know, the little curtain look, I guess it's here. I'm going to put in some clips on the side to, you know, be able to secure the wig to my sides, and then maybe an elastic band as well, so that you guys can, so that it'll just like lay flat and I don't have to worry about it, because right now she's moving, okay? So, and then hopefully, you know, once my hair is braided down for real, then, you know, I got, you know, I can, you know, it'll lay nice and flat. Yeah, I think the wig came out really cute. Now, as for the hair, like I said, it's very thick at the weft, very thin at the end. So if you are trying to buy this hair, just remember that. I feel like if you got a shorter bundle, I can't remember if I got a 22 as my longest or a 24 as my longest, but I feel like the shorter your bundle is, the thicker it's gonna be at the bottom. I'm pretty sure that's how it is with most bundles, but I felt like this one was like extremely super thin. Another thing I could have done to mitigate that was to put the 24-inch, well, the longest bundle at the top, and then use the shortest bundle at the back so that they all kind of fall in the same area. But I didn't do that, and that's okay. I managed to make it work. But as far as the hair being, I believe it was like $117 for the 3 bundles and the closure, I think that it is doable. Like it's not bad. I really like the texture of this hair. Even when I was sewing it on the tracks, I was like, this hair is really nice. Like it's very shiny, like the luster is just there. I love this. And I'm so happy I decided to put some bangs in it, because the front really was short. Like, I don't know what I was going through when I bought it, when I was like, yeah, a 14-inch bundle would be fine. No, it wasn't fine. You need a longer bundle for, longer closure for longer bundles, but this came out looking really, really good. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up down below. When you click the thumbs up button and like this video, YouTube says, okay, people who watch the things that they watch are also going to like this video. So my content gets, you know, it travels around YouTube a little bit. So continue to watch, continue to give me thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and give me a comment down below if you love this wig. Click the notification bell so that you can be a part of the Glam Fam and know exactly when I upload. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Glamazon1026, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.